Now we're going to continue reading in this same Bible we were using before, where we just ended, where it said, but the Lord's battle with Israel needing to submit to his command. Now we'll go further reading. It says, now, realizing who the man is, Joshua then prostrates himself and asks what message the Lord has for him. But the commander simply tells Joshua to remove his sandals because he is standing where he is standing is holy. That's verse 15. This instruction almost duplicates exactly what the Lord instructed Moses in Exodus 3:5. In both instances, holiness is a place probably less to do with the particular geographical location than with the manifestation of the Lord's presence. Taking off one's sandals is presumably an expression of humility, and then it gives you various scriptures. Without sandals is deemed a sign of humiliation. Thus, the commander's message to Joshua reinforces the need for Joshua to humbly submit to himself before the Lord. So this is the commander of the Lord's army. Now you hear it is something that shows it's the presence of the Lord and a commander of the Lord's army. Now you get a good idea of what these verses are about from this Dake's Illustrated Bible, but you don't actually hear what the particular person is, except that he's a commander of the Lord's army. Now, the next one we will go to is one we've been to before, as you know, and this is the Dake Annotated Reference Bible, a huge one, as you know. And in this particular one, as you might expect, Dake has something more to say about this person, who it might particularly be in this chapter. In fact, we're going to have to read some of this to you because Dake is very good at getting to you what he wants you to hear and understand. So when we read this, we will do some of it right now. Now, it says, this man proves to be the God of heaven, one of the persons of the divine Trinity, who is personally leading Israel from Egypt. He now reveals himself as a man, so that from all outward appearances, Joshua thought he was a man. He stood like a man, looked like a man, held a sword like a man, spoke with an audible voice like a man, and Joshua approached him like a man. Then what Dake says is the 5 proofs that he was God, not man. Now listen to some of these. He claimed to be captain of the host of the Lord. This was an identifying mark for Joshua that he was God, for God was the captain of Israel. He had promised to go before men and lead them into Canaan, and then he had them doing for this about 40 years, and they give scripture. Joshua worshipped him, and such reverence belongs only to divine ones. If he had been only a messenger of God, he would not have permitted worship. And he gives more scripture. And then it says, Joshua called him Lord. In Hebrew, that's Adom, Adom, sovereign, Lord, master, dweller. Joshua recognized him as his servant. The same thing was said to Joshua that was said to Moses. Only God could make such a demand, and then it gives more scripture. So there you go from Dake. Now we will stop here, and when we go further in a moment.